Benjamin Hall joins me now. Ben, welcome to New York.
Yeah, thanks.
You were seriously injured in Ukraine. So what do you make of the Zelensky's statement that the prolonged war in Iran could interfere with Ukraine peace talks?
Well, I think one of the big issues everyone's talking about is how many Patriot air defense missiles are available at the moment. And for the last 4 years, Ukraine has been getting a lot of those. It allows them to shoot down Russian drones, Russian missiles, and they have been asking Ukraine for a while for more of those. Now, obviously, a lot of those stock are going towards the Middle East at the moment. So Ukraine and Zelensky feel that this is really going to affect them, and it's going to allow more Russian rockets to hit inside Ukraine. So a big battle about who's going to get the Patriot missiles. President Trump has said too many of them were given for free to Ukraine, and now he's got to sort of realign where they're going.
Got it. Now, next, I want you to listen to what President Trump had to say about UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer and his stance on Iran. Watch this.
By the way, I'm not happy with the UK either. That island that you read about, the lease, it's taken 3-4 days for us to work out where we can land there. It would have been much more convenient landing there as opposed to flying many extra hours. So we are very surprised. This is not Winston Churchill that we're dealing with. I will say the UK has been very, very uncooperative with that stupid island that they have.
What?
Yeah.
Stupid island that they have?
Yeah, that's no Winston Churchill. I mean, those
that's
words,
a put-down.
That really is, and those have been reported widely in the UK. But look, I mean, the UK has this long relationship with the US, particularly when you look at Diego Garcia, this air base in the Indian Ocean. And for the UK to say that the US could not use that, it means it couldn't fly its B-2s over. And instead, they had to fly B-1s over from the US. It was a lot harder. Now, in the end, a British Air Force a base in Cyprus was hit by the Iranians, and now the UK are involved anyway, and they're shooting rockets out of the sky. And so it just felt that the UK was always going to reach this point where they were going to help the US. Why did it take them so long? Why wasn't the UK side by side with America when they were heading into this war as they have been together? And this will break somewhat the relationship that the two had built.
Well, I got a theory about this. Britain's involvement in the first Iraq war was not popular back in Britain. It was not that popular. Secondly, there is a large Muslim minority in Britain which opposes any and all action against a Muslim state. So Starmer, to some degree, is reacting to his own domestic politics.
Yeah, Keir Starmer is really on the ropes at the moment on so many different angles, and it feels as if he can't really make a real decision on which way to go. And yes, the Muslim vote is critical in some of those districts where they all vote Labour, all vote for Keir Starmer. So we got these effectively midterms coming up in the UK, and Keir Starmer is looking forward to those. But in the end, the relationship between the UK and the US, the trade benefits, the economic benefits are so important that that's where Keir Starmer should have been looking at how important those relationships are, instead of looking at domestic politics, as you say, to make his decision.
Yeah, the relationship seems to have broken down. Not completely broken down, but it ain't good.
Yeah, and the same is true with many European states as well. Look what President Trump is saying about Spain. Spain has forbidden the US to use any of its bases, and the US had to pull some of its air tankers out of Spanish bases recently. We're waiting to see if Germany, France, Italy will get more involved. Their bases have been hit by Iranian drones over the last few days as well. So, look, the Europeans are trying to hope that America will do everything, even while they're under attack. So the question is, after President Trump met Chancellor Merz yesterday, can the Europeans come on board when they are under attack right now? Will they come on board and help out the US?
If not now, when, pray tell?
That's right.
Thanks very much for joining us, Ben. We always appreciate it.
You're going to see.
See you again soon.